Hello and welcome back everybody, this is Mike and welcome back to our HermitPack modded Minecraft Let's Play series. And welcome back. As you can see, we've done a little bit of storage up here. No, they're stealing blocks. Stealing blocks left and right, but as you can see, everything's starting to get stored in the crates and chests and everything. The good thing about that is that, you know, it's not overflowing anything. We've got spots for everything. Everything's stackable. The only issue is we can't access any of it in the ME system. So if we want to access anything, we got to come up here and grab it. So what we're gonna do right now is we're just kind of setting up a quantum storage for things. I mean, I understand we don't have a lot of everything yet, but with this thing constantly running, it is gonna build up a lot of stuff. And I don't know if we'll move it or not. There has been talk about us moving it, but as far as I know, I don't think we'll be moving it. But anyways, I used the RF builder and I set up. Oh, it's not. No, it's too far out of range. Alright. But I set up a quantum storage lab here. I moved the brain of our ME system from applied energetics all the way over here. So this is running everything. There's ports on both sides. I've got dense cables running off of the brain, so that, or well, the ME controller. That way you got 32 channels instead of going to the smart cables, which only give you 8. So over here on this side, I have a dense cable running all the way up the middle, which gives me 32 channels, and then I've got smart cables running off of each side. And that way, with the smart cables, we can get 8 channels per section. We're only going to use 2 per side, but that's 32 quantum storage. And then in each of these, like, we've got arrows in here, and we've got the storage bus set up just for arrows. So the only thing that can go into this quantum storage unit is arrows. And we've got one set up for alabaster, limestone, lapis, you know, and all I've been doing is really just going in here in the ME terminal, sorting by numbers and seeing what we have the most of and putting them in ME storage, in quantum storage. So we're gonna go ahead and add a couple of these storage buses on it and add some more things to the unit. And then later on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dye the dense cables different colors, because if we dye it a different color, it won't connect to this dense cable, so we can actually have another 32 of them right next to it and hide all this inner wiring, and it'll just be a mass of quantum storage units. And that way we can just store everything in quantum storage. The only thing you will notice if you look at things in quantum storage, like redstone, it'll only show that we have 64, but if we take it out, there's 64 more right back in there. And if we go over here and see our quantum storage on redstone, you see we have 2.3k, so we have 2,300, or roughly about that much in there. Same thing with a lot of things you see that only have 64 in them. That's what it is. It's quantum storage. So we're gonna go ahead and start by making some interface. So we need an interface. Let's just applied. So then we go over, and if if we look at the storage bus, you're gonna see that it needs an interface. So if we, we're gonna need cores. So two. Alright. So now if we type in interface 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 of them. That'll be enough for now. Well, let's do an even number. So let's go back to cores. Grab 6 of these. Now if we go to storage bus, we're gonna need pistons. Yep. Put 6 of those back in there, because we're going to need both of them. Move here, take, that should give us 6. Alright, so now that we have 6 of these, let's go ahead and plug up the remaining 6. And that should be all 32 of these quantum storage units all set up and ready to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. That's all of them all set up. So now we just gotta go and find things to put in them. So let's start and type in diamonds. Oh, spelling today. And let's grab all the diamonds out of there. And if we go to this one, let's put these 18 in here. Put 1 in here. We gotta take the priority and we set it to 10. Or set it to whatever. We should set it to like 1,000. That way, no matter what, we don't have to worry about anything else. That way it's not getting stuck in the hard drives. Anytime you pull out a diamond and put diamond back in, the priority is high enough to where it's gonna go into this quantum storage unit here. Alright, so now let's go to tin ore, and we'll just pull out all of this, go up to the next one, do the same thing, put a copy of that. It doesn't matter as long as it's in one of these spaces. We'll set the priority to 10, and we'll just feed them in here. I have found it's easier to just take everything out of the system and put it back into the quantum storage that way, rather than try and pull everything out of the system. Because if you don't get everything off of the storage drive, it will feed back into the storage drive where it was. So then we're going to type in on, see, I got ingots, and pull out all of those. Go up here to the top one. Oh, there's arrows already in that. Alright, well, there's arrows. Take one out. Put it in there. Put all the arrows back in. We'll have to go out and make sure we grab all of the arrows then. So then for this one here, we'll put osmium ingots in this one. make sure we change the priority to 10. Change the priority to 10. Alright. So now, let's type in. So if we need to pull out all of these. There. And now if we go back up here, you should see. We should have. There we go. So I think we got them all out of the system now. There. Is it, no? I wonder what's going on. I wonder. Huh. There's a lot of arrows anymore. Yeah. Maybe there's quantum storage somewhere else of arrows? I don't know. So just for safety's sake, we're going to set priority to 1,010. That way all the arrows should be pulled out right out of that one. If we put them all back in, all the arrows should go back into this one. I don't know where they're going. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. So we got 2 more to find out. So, and it's sorting by numbers, so let's do silver and lead then. Let's type it lead. Lead. Huh. I don't know. Alright, so now so we're getting everything close to quantum storage. So like I said, we're gonna be putting more storage in here, that way we can hook up the mob system and not have to worry about it overflowing. I mean, if we look in here, you can see that some of these aren't even some of these don't even have anything on it, but other of them are getting pretty full. But if you look in, if we just look in JEI, we do quantum, and we look over here, it's just 3 obsidian, 5 iron, and a chest to make a quantum storage unit. And if we look at a 1K, ME cell, it takes a logic processor, it takes service quartz, charged redstone, and then you gotta make the cell. I mean, so you're looking at, it's pretty expensive to keep changing and upgrading all of the hard drives, whereas yes, the dense cable is a little on the expensive side, but it's not as pricey as making a bunch of hard drives, because in order to make even the 4K, you gotta take 3 of the 1Ks and put them together, so they do get fairly pricey as you expand your storage. Whereas with this, it'll store thousands of items, and it's relatively cheap. So, but in order to do that, we're gonna have to make a matter condenser, which we've already done, and we set it up in the end here, and we've just been more or less using our RF builder to mine out of the surrounding area, and rather than storing it all in here, we're just going to pump it straight into the matter condenser, so that way we don't have to worry about uncombining it and all that other fun stuff. And I have kind of marked out where we were at. Just a little safe zone that's far enough away that we're not gonna mess up too much of the nether, but I mean, you know. So like I've got it set up. It's clearing this big old area here, and then we've got a transfer node here with some speed upgrades, and it's just filtering out all the netherrack and it's putting it in our matter condenser. And right now, like I said, I'm setting it up to make singularities, which takes 256,000 items, and what that ends up doing is that'll allow us to wirelessly transmit our ME system, you know, to another dimension or wherever. We won't have to worry about it. Hello, phone. You need to be quiet. But we're just filling it up, and allows us to transfer our ME system to over long distances and stuff like that without having to run a cable all the way over there. It only needs this source of power, so, and it's time consuming, so that's what we're gonna work on first, is at least getting 2 of them first before we worry about getting the compressed balls. But as you can see, it's doing a pretty good job of taking out the netherrack, and it is taking out the basalt here and just feeding it into there. I'll wait till it gets about there. We'll shut it off, let it build back up with power, and assess the damage. Grab some netherrack here. That hopefully should be enough. Like I said, and I just kind of picked a huge area for it to mine out. That way we wouldn't have to worry. But, well, I guess it ran out of power, so we'll go back and check and see. I guarantee it did. Oh, you know what? It's probably full. Yeah. Full. Well, at least we're about halfway there on the first singularity. Yep, and it's done. So let's get the card back out. Select the device, and we'll make this the first corner. Oh, and let's make this the second coin. Like I said, I went far enough away to where if I made a big enough hole in the ground, I don't think he would mind. Derek would mind, my brother. So that's why we came all the way out here, away from everything. So I don't have to worry. We can just go to town. Okay, put that in there, turn it on, let's take care of this guy. Yeah, on say, and it's probably already full. When we get done, we'll probably be just left with a giant open area. But like I said, need the materials. Almost there. And it's not a half bad way of getting diamond or gold or anything like that, or quartz, glowstone if it happens to come up. But like I said, it's infused 100%, so it does mine fairly quick. And we'll probably see about getting on top of the nether at some point in time, but for now, it's not really necessary. Let's just grab some materials. Alright, well, let's run back. Let it charge up, and then we'll bring you back once we get the singularity going. Alrighty, and welcome back, everybody. We're gonna head back in, and we're going to finish up getting our first singularity from our nether quarry here. Full charge should be enough to do it. And I'd put a travel anchor out here, but it's too far away to travel to. Alright, so let's put this down. So like I said, we're almost there. We're really close. So this should be enough to get us there. As you can see, I mean, it took up that whole area and almost all of this area just to fill up. Oh, really? Oh, no. Well, let's go take care of these guys before we burn. just a little bit more. Yay, we got one. Well, that's one of two. We need one more of them. But on that note, guys, I want to say our time has pretty much expired for this episode. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to join me next time when I will show you what we needed that singularity for. We did get one of two of them, so we're halfway there. But anyways, thank you all. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, and bye-bye.